Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, it's a sad day. It's a sad day. We know that 11 police officers were shot in Dallas, Texas last night, and 5 of them are dead. But we also need to understand that there have been more police officers shot today. The morning after that the 5 police officers were fatally shot in Dallas, Texas, police officers were ambushed and shot in St. Louis suburb of Baldwin, Missouri, and also in Valdosta, Georgia. Authorities in Tennessee say that on Thursday afternoon, the guy that was shooting at people was targeting cops also, and he even said he was, and he shot one. The officer wounded in Missouri was taken by ambulance to Mercy Hospital emergency room, according to a reporter, Mike Colombo. He is in critical condition and is fighting for his life, according to reports, and we truly need to pray for him and for his family. Meanwhile, the Baldwin police officer was walking. Here's what happened. The dash cam is on so you can watch it, but the Baldwin police officer was walking back to his squad car after having he pulled over somebody for speeding. He went up to the driver, had a conversation with the driver. He walked back to his car to do paperwork. When he was ambushed, the suspect got out of his car, came back to the police car, and opened fire, firing 3 shots, hitting the officer. Footage from the dashboard shows the officer was shot from behind while he was walking back, according to the Baldwin PD chief reporters. Now, also, while that was going on, the officer was shot in the neck during a traffic stop, the St. Louis Post is reporting. Police described the suspect as very tall, thin, African-American male, wearing a gray t-shirt and blue jeans, and driving a blue Ford Taurus with Illinois temporary tags, according to KTVI. The suspect was arrested after a search of known residents associated with him, according to reports. The Baldwin officer is at least the second to have been shot this morning. Also, an officer in Valdosta, Georgia, was injured in exchange of gunfire with a suspect. The officer was investigating a report of a damaged vehicle when a man opened fire on him, which the officer returned fire. Both men were injured and are expected to survive. The suspect called 911 to report a break-in, then ambushed and shot the officer, according to authorities. So the Valdosta officer was shot multiple times, according to police. He is out of surgery now. His family is at the hospital, and I'm happy to report he's going to be fine, according to those that are at the hospital. So this has all happened since Dallas. So there's a lot of concern right now. We really need to pray for the men and women in blue. We really do. Look, we can't have lawlessness. We can't become a nation without laws, a nation without borders, a nation without rules. And even though we see this blatant corruption in Washington, that everybody in Washington seems to be above the law, we still have to have some type of constraint, some type of law and order, or this country will fall apart in anarchy. And so we need to pray. Please pray for these officers that have been shot. Pray for the families of those that have died. And also, pray for the families of these 2 young African-American men that died at the hand of the police. That's also on video down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and up in St. Paul, Minnesota. We can do better than this. We can do much better than this. But we really have to pray, and we do have to stand. We have to have law and order, but we do have to stand for what's right. And in some cases, it's painful to see what takes place. We're living in the last days. Violence is increasing. Are you saved? Have you given your life to Jesus Christ? And look, if you want to be protected, You have to plead the blood of Christ and really trust the Lord, because we are living in times that are quite violent. I'll be back with more current world events. We're praying for these officers and the families of the victims. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. We're living in the last days.